Hello, this video will show you how Truda's high-definition stream survey technique, also known as HDSS, can reduce your long-term MS4 compliance costs by giving you better information about the streams in your MS4. A high-definition stream survey collects georeferenced data throughout your MS4 streams, classifies and analyzes the data based on appropriate parameters, and produces information and reports that can be used for MS4 compliance and other purposes. Everyone wants cleaner water in their community, but how do you achieve cleaner water in a thorough, cost-effective, and compliant way? The EPA has a number of best management practices, or BMPs, that are intended to fix stormwater-related problems such as sediment control, illicit discharge, and post-construction runoff management. The question is where these problems are and why do they exist? Fundamental to effective stormwater management is selecting and applying the most effective BMPs for your particular issues. The more iterations you need to get this right, the more inefficient and costly the program. But selecting the right BMPs can only be done with a solid understanding of the nature and locations of problems within an MS4 network, and this knowledge requires large amounts of data. HDSS provides you with the data you need to get this knowledge. A high-definition stream survey is not just a technique. It is a process that directly addresses the many problems associated with traditional survey methods and the resulting decisions that are made with that data. HDSS starts in the field by rapidly documenting both stream and outfall conditions continuously over the entire MS4. It then classifies the field data to define the type, location, and extent of problems within the stream. The classified field data can be easily fed into powerful models for a more thorough analysis of an entire MS4. The HDSS process develops extensive, easy-to-understand mapping and modeling outputs to provide clear documentation of existing problems for better BMP selection. Finally, HDSS is a great collaboration tool because it directly supports numerous other water resource management priorities. In other words, a single survey will usually meet the needs of many different stakeholders, which reduces the cost for everyone. We are now going to discuss each of these categories in a little more detail, and the icons on each page will remind you of the discussion topic. As we said earlier, if you don't know where and what your stream problems are, you won't be able to fix them. But such information can be hard to get. It's expensive, time-consuming, and rarely at a scale necessary to identify the extent and magnitude of the problems in your streams. Stream walks are the typical method used to collect MS4 stream data, but there are some limitations associated with stream walks. One is access. It's really hard to get good data when stream walks are restricted by brushy areas, private property, road hazards, and dangerous terrain. Time is another factor. Stream walks can take months to complete, due to resource constraints, training requirements, and weather factors. River characteristics can make stream walks less effective too. For example, bank conditions can be difficult to document on wider streams, and channel conditions cannot be well documented from a bank. The end product of a stream walk can be problematic, still don't provide much context about a stream issue, score sheets are subjective and can be difficult to interpret or clarify at later times, and there really is no way for others to review what was actually seen on the stream walk. HDSS data collection techniques are designed to address all of the problems discussed on the previous slide. A high-definition stream survey links GPS, video, sonar, water quality, and other sensors to allow rapid and accurate data collection. There are three major benefits of using the HDSS system for data collection. First, HDSS rapidly collects continuous 1-meter resolution georeferenced stream data that is needed to accurately assess the conditions within your MS4 network. For example, HDSS documented 155 continuous miles of the Duck River with 2 people in only 10 days. The second benefit is versatility. The HDSS data collection platform can easily collect data in shallow, wadable streams, as well as deep, non-wadable rivers, or a combination of both. Regardless of stream size, all data are uniformly collected by trained personnel. The third benefit is consistent data collection over miles of streams at a resolution suitable for stream and outfall mapping. Each survey uses a standard array of video cameras, side-scan sonar units, water quality sensors, and GPS to generate continuous location and time data over long stretches of stream. After you've optimized your MS4 data collection, you need a flexible, reliable, and thorough classification system. Let's spend a few minutes talking about common data classification problems. Data sheets with subjective scoring can be difficult to interpret or review for accuracy if there is no video documentation of a score. Also, many stream walks are designed to follow a particular protocol with specific data scoring that may not document unique characteristics in your MS4. If documentation of a certain characteristic becomes needed, another survey would need to be completed. HDSS addresses these problems. One key analysis benefit of HDSS is that it will identify the extent, location, severity, and correctability of conditions throughout the left and right riparian zones, the left and right stream banks, and stream bed, as well as discrete features documented within the stream corridor. Discrete features include things like outfalls, exposed pipes, road crossings, and fish barriers. Another important analysis benefit is that the results of every HDSS project are easily reviewable, repeatable, and available for QA/QC. Here is an outfall that does not require additional inspection, compared to an outfall with flagged issues requiring follow-up inspections. The wise saying, "If a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000,000, rings true here because even though you can't smell the effluent spewing from this outfall, you can see the volume of liquid leaking from it and see the instability of the surrounding area. Our third topic is data analysis. Inconsistent survey and classification methods together with the limited data of traditional survey methods can make it difficult to understand and quantify the stormwater impacts on receiving streams. HDSS solves this by providing consistent data classification, as well as informative maps and graphics that allow you to understand your stormwater impact issues. Here's a sample analysis of 61,000 data points from the 53-mile Paint Rock River survey. You can easily zoom in on areas of concern and quickly see what types of impacts are happening and where. HDSS provides data at an appropriate scale and will also be able to show comparisons over time. Depending on the management goal, data can be scaled up or down for preferred results within the watershed. For example, an analysis of stream bank conditions can be summarized by whole river and tributary segments, 1-kilometer segments, or even 200-meter segments if necessary, depending on the needs of a client. Because each section of bank condition has its own score, ranking from worst to best is easy, and because of the HDSS video documentation, conditions along the same stretch can be compared over time. Data output and reporting is the fourth HDSS advantage we'd like to touch on. Incomplete data, inconsistent classification, and faulty analysis will lead to data reporting and output problems. Reporting problems include slow completion and difficult to understand metrics. Output problems include data that is difficult to store and access. An HDSS report contains easy-to-understand mapping and modeling outputs that are directly tied to the stream view video output. Every single HDSS data point is associated with a second of video, the associated GPS coordinates, plot data, and video on a continuous survey track log. A closer inspection of the data would reveal individual severity and condition scores for both bank conditions, both riparian zones, and the stream bed. HDSS output is designed for export to many different formats depending on your needs, including spreadsheets, databases, or GIS software. The data can also be used to create data dashboards in business analytics software like Tableau, or can be added to custom software applications. We typically use open source programming languages like R or Python for data processing capabilities. The last HDSS advantage we'd like to touch on in this video is the collaboration potential that HDSS brings. Improvements to water quality and habitat conditions are the goal of many different organizations, yet most stream sampling techniques focus on a single topic or area, providing information only to a single group. This drives the cost of conservation efforts up and drives the overall utility of the results down. I'm sure everyone watching this has a story of ignored opportunities to collaborate between organizations. HDSS data can be used by many different disciplines to answer different questions without the need for additional surveys. Here is a hypothetical but accurate scenario. A local municipality requests a 6-mile river survey to scope potential locations for a new drinking water intake. A few months later, a park manager from that same municipality needs to identify the best locations to install a boat launch. 2 months after that, a state biologist needs a habitat survey. One HDSS evaluation could collect the data needed to answer all of their questions. As we said before, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000,000. HDSS video imagery is a highly effective method to communicate and can be used for numerous educational and outreach purposes. One more thing before we go. Truda is a woman-owned small business with a great track record. We are geographically flexible and have teaming experience with engineering firms and other organizations. We are very interested in teaming with other organizations who see the value of adding HDSS to their MS4 permit service offering. Thank you for watching. Again, we are Truda Environmental Solutions, developers of the high-definition stream survey, bringing you more data at a higher quality at a lower cost. Contact us at info@trudasolutions.com.